Your eyes are lying to you. Most players look at the minimap to see where the enemy is, but the map only shows you the visible. The real threats are in the invisible. Look at this Hanabi. She sees an empty map, so she thinks she is safe. 2 seconds later, she is dead. Let's rewind. I am the Kagura here. After playing this game for 6 years and 20,000 matches, I don't rely on icons. I track ghosts. I ping, bottom lane, careful. I send the warning, but she ignores the ghost track. She dies. I see these mistakes every single day in solo rank. You die because you trust what you see. But today, I will teach you to trust what you don't see. This is ghost tracking. It is the superpower of seeing the invisible, and it is about to change your gameplay forever. Rule number 1 is the Law of Inertia. When an enemy icon vanishes from the minimap, they do not stop existing. They are either acting on momentum toward an objective, or they are setting a trap. Until you see them appear again, you must simulate their movement in your head. Remember, every hero has a specific mobility speed. You can guess how much time a hero requires to rotate from one lane to another. It usually takes around 10 seconds for less mobile heroes and 7 seconds for heroes with high mobility to move from mid lane to side lanes. When they clear wave, you will get their vision. But if you can't see a laner even when the wave is there, that means the laner is not present in his lane or hiding in the bush near the minions. But until you know his exact position, you have to assume he is hiding in the bush near you, or he is rotating to side lane for a gank. If the time passes and he still hasn't shown up on the map, do not feel safe. Be prepared. It means he has already arrived and more likely waiting in the bush right next to you. That's how, if you grow the sense of how much time a certain hero takes to rotate from lane to lane, you can track them even when they are not visible. In other words, you can track the ghost, the invisible thread. Rule number 2 is the magnet theory. Enemies are not unpredictable. They are hungry. In my 20,000 matches, I learned that every hero is a slave to a specific resource. I call these resources magnets. If the blue buff spawns in 10 seconds, the enemy jungler is not missing. He is being magnetically pulled to that blue buff. It is inevitable. The same logic applies to lanes. Every laner is pulled to their minions because they need the gold. And the enemy assassins? Their magnet is you. They are constantly pulled toward your mage and marksman, hungry for the kill. Even when they are invisible on the map, that hunger never disappears. So, when you are ghost tracking, do not look for the hero. Look for the magnet. If there is a juicy wave, a spawning buff, or an isolated marksman, expect the enemy to be there. Whether you see them on the map or not, the ghost is already hunting. Before we continue, a big shout out to our sponsor, Eldorado.gg. It is the smartest marketplace for gamers. If you are looking for a secure place for diamond top-ups to buy your favorite skin, Eldorado.gg is the solution. You can browse various offers and check ratings to ensure you are buying from verified sellers. It is super simple. Choose the offer, complete the payment, and get instant delivery on your order. There is zero risk because every purchase is protected by Trade Shield. This gives you a 100% money-back guarantee if the seller fails to deliver. Plus, they have 24/7 live support and excellent reviews on Trustpilot, so you know it is trusted. Click the link in my description or pinned comment and use code Immortal to get a discount on your purchase. Grab your favorite skin today. The rule number 3 is the hardest pill to swallow. I call it the deep silence. When the map is completely dark, inexperienced players feel safe. They see no red icons, so they think there is no danger. But in reality, this is the moment you must be most alert. A blank map is the loudest signal in the game. Think about it. If you see 4 enemies fighting in the top lane, you have information. You know the bottom lane is a safe haven. The threat is visible. But when you see 0 enemies on the map, that is not safety. That is the real danger. If the map is silent, you must follow the golden rule of ghost tracking. If you cannot see them, do not assume they are farming. Assume they are in your lane. Assume they are in the bush right next to you. Assume you are the target. Beyond the physics of the game, there is the psychology. I call this pattern recognition. Every player has a specific fingerprint. In the first few minutes of the match, they will reveal their internal script to you. You just have to pay attention. Ask yourself, what is the enemy roamer doing? Is he a bodyguard glued to his gold laner? Or is he a hunter constantly invading your jungle? Look at the mid laner. Is he stuck in his lane? Or does he rotate to the side lanes immediately after clearing every wave? Look at the jungler. Is he prioritizing the turtle? Or is he ignoring the objective to camp your marksman over and over again? Once you identify their pattern, the ghost stops being a mystery. Humans are creatures of habit. If a player has done the same thing 3 times in a row, they will do it a 4th time. If you know the roamer is a bodyguard and the enemy marksman disappears from the map, you don't need vision to know the roamer is right there beside him. You aren't just tracking a hero anymore. You are profiling the player behind the screen. Once you get the whole picture of what your opponent is like, you can easily predict their movements. In other words, you can track the ghosts. These 3 rules will enable you to track the ghost, but knowing where they might be is only half the battle. Now, you must act. The final step is the law of elimination. If your hero has any vision mechanics, like Kagura's umbrella, Selena's trap, or Novaria's astral echo, use them immediately. Systematically check the dark zones. Eliminate the hiding spots one by one until the ghost is forced to reveal itself. But what if your hero has no vision skills? Then, you wait. Stay in a safe position. Do not face-check the bush. By refusing to walk into the darkness, you are not just avoiding death. You are making their ambush rot. Every second they sit in that bush waiting for you, they are losing gold. They are losing XP. They are losing the game. Sometimes, the best way to fight a ghost is to let them starve. Mobile Legends can feel chaotic. But to a ghost tracker, it is simple. You do not need to track all 5 enemies at once. You only need to be obsessed with 2 specific ghosts, your threat and your target. Depending on your role, these ghosts change. If you are a marksman or mage, you have one job: track the assassin. If the enemy Hayabusa is missing, he is your threat. You do not step out of your tower until you know where he is. If you are an assassin, the game is different. You are tracking the enemy crowd control, the roamer or explainer, who is trying to zone you out. You must avoid their vision while hunting your target, the enemy marksman. Explainers, your danger time is the turtle spawn. If the map goes dark just before the turtle appears, the enemy is not farming. They are converging on you. Mid laners, your threat is the bush. Never rotate blindly through the river without tracking the enemy jungler first. And for the roamers, you are the eyes of the team. You use ghost tracking to protect your allies from their threats and set up kills on their targets. You predict the ambush, you interrupt their farm, and you catch them off guard. Filter out the noise. Ignore the irrelevant heroes. Track the threat. Hunt the target. But I am not going to leave you with just the theories. Let's see an example where I changed the outcome of a match using the ghost tracking. It was one of those matches when in solo rank, your team is completely dominated by the opponent in early game. Especially that Benedetta was completely destroying my team. With 18 kills and 9.5k gold, she became the #1 threat of this match. I was analyzing her pattern in the early game, and by the mid-game I got the full picture of her playstyle. She always entered the battle last when everyone's skill is in CD. She attacked from behind, so she was always out of vision. So from the mid-game I was locked on Benedetta. I was always tracking her movement in my head. The only formula to win this match was to stop that Benedetta. So, I used the laws of ghost tracking to predict her movement around the map and kept using the law of elimination to narrow down the possibilities by constantly checking the bushes. I avoided unnecessary fights and focused on filling the gap of farm between me and Benedetta. Like I said, Benedetta enters the fight last, so I called for retreat, but nobody listens. It's a moment of deep silence, so I am revealing the bushes to get the position of the enemy. Lord is about to spawn, which is a magnet for the enemies, so they will be there as a matter of fact. Unless we kill Benedetta, there is no way we can contest this Lord. So I am tracking the position of Benedetta, and I know she will enter from behind, but this time I am waiting for her to reveal herself before I make my move. And here she is. My plan was to clear this wave and recall as Benedetta was still alive. As I expected, she again attacked from the back, and I was the only one alive. There was no escape from here, so it's time to put some fight. I know I am a magnet for her, but it is the time to punish her overconfidence. Now we are back in the game. All we have to do is take the Lord and put pressure on them. Benedetta thought she can still dominate, but the tables have turned. To win the team fight, Xavier is a priority target right now, so I knew that he would stay in the turret and take the advantage of his range, but I couldn't allow him to do that. At this point, I can even kill that Belleric. They were having a very good time in the early to mid, but it looks like they are ending as the losing side. The problem with vision is it's not always in your hand whether you will get the vision of your opponent or not. But you can always use ghost tracking. It's a mental framework that will make you aware of the position of your threat and targets. I want you guys to be less dependent on team and more dependent on you. That's why I developed that framework, so that you naturally be aware of the position of your opponent, even when you have no vision of them. If you can absorb the things I showed you today, I believe it will greatly improve your gameplay. Your survivability, positioning, and killing potential will be enhanced. But ghost tracking alone won't make you unstoppable. Gradually, I will introduce more concepts that will enhance your gameplay, and together all of them will make you unstoppable. For now, you can check out my channel. You will find plenty of videos there which can help you to improve.